सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Bodhasara, continuing with the puja of oneness. How to do puja from a oneness, bhava of oneness. And very nice section. We have been seeing how the puja symbolizes different things, such as water. And putting the water on the deity is basically watering down the raga dveshas. Like this, there's a series of very nice symbolisms, puns, and lot of alliterations, etc. in this section. Double entendres, double meanings, very nice. And so, continuing in the same vein, verse number 7 in this section, section 16, subsection 17, I think, subsection 17, and in English it is called consideration of worship. It's not consideration of worship as much as how to, I suppose you can take it like that, how to reconsider the worship from a place, emerging from a place of oneness. And that is exactly the idea. Very nice section. So let us read number 7 without much ado. Samphullai nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. Samphullai nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. I think we should try that again. Samphullaihi. Samphullaihi. Nija bhava. Nija bhava. Shuddha kusumaihi. Shuddha kusumaihi. Samphullair nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. Samphullair nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. Sadvasana sundaraihi. Sadvasana sundaraihi. Sampujyo hi maheshwara sumanasam. Sampujyo hi maheshwara sumanasam. Sadhanyata varnita. Sadhanyata varnita. Karma jnanamayo yadindriya ganaha. Karma jnanamayo yadindriya ganaha. Not ganaha, ganaha. Karma jnanamayo yadindriya ganaha. Karma jnanamayo yadindriya ganaha. Kshipto viraga nale. Kshipto viraga nale. Devasyasya dashangadaha surabhihi. Devasyasya dashangadaha surabhihi. Dhupasada vallabhaha. Dhupasada vallabhaha. One more time. Samphullair nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. Samphullair nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. Sadvasana sundaraihi.
Sadvasana sundarai
Sampujyo hi Maheshwara sumanasam
Sambhujyo hi Maheshwara sumanasam
Sadhanyata varnita
Sadhanyata varnita
Karma jnanamayo yadindriyaganaha
Karma jnanamayo yadindriyaganaha
Kshipto viraganale
Shipto viraganale
Devasyasya dashangadaha surabhihi
Devasyasya dasangadaha surabhihi
Dhrupas sada vallabhaha
Rupas sada vallabhaha.
Yeah, see, it is sounding so nice. That's why I wanted to do it one more time. Here in the seventh verse, two aspects of the steps of the puja are taken care of. And the first one is what? As it says, Sampullaihi nijabhava kusumaihi. Kusumam means flowers. Yeah. So we decorate Bhagavan with flowers. And so what those flowers symbolize, that's the first one. And then the next one is what is that? Ting, 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 ting. Incense. Incense. Dhupa. One hand bells, on other hand incense. Yeah. So what does this incense symbolize, and what does this thing symbolize? You see, when one is a small child, they are trained. One side you ring the bell, another side you do this. If you ask a 3-year-old or a 5-year-old to do this, both the hands will go like this, or both the hands will go like this. It's very cute to watch. So, but they train it, train the children like this. So, Sampullaihi. Pulla means open. Yeah. That's how this is the origin of the word full. Okay. Definitely. But it's not there in the dictionary. Don't worry, it will come later. Yeah. And then you will understand, it will be said that the word pulla has come from, the word full has come from the word pull. So some pullaihi means nicely full, nicely blossomed. Sampullaihi kusumaihi, with flowers that are nicely blossomed, with nicely blossomed flowers. And what do these flowers symbolize? Nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. Nija bhava means the flowers are myself alone. Think about the self-esteem you need to be able to say that this wonderful flower is me, and I am putting myself on the Lord. I'm offering myself to the Lord. And so, and then they are, Nija bhava means what is that? Bhava means the essence, the feeling, the sentiment here. And Nija bhava means the sentiment of oneself. This is the sentiment that the flowers are myself. Then what kind of flowers? Shuddha kusumaihi. Not rotten flowers, not dried flowers, and not flowers that are, attacked by certain, foodie insects who like to just eat up all the petals. No, very nice flowers, meaning if I am that flower that I'm offering, there is the sense of freedom from raga, dvesha, all the possible impurities, everything is being discussed here. Very, very nice. So sampullaihi nija bhava shuddha kusumaihi. And not only, and all the things that end in aihi, they are adjectives. To this, sampullaihi kusumaihi. And then what else? Sadvasana sundaraihi. Sundaraha means, sundaram means beautiful. Beautiful. Sundaraha means beautiful. Sundaraihi, with beautiful flowers. And then how are the flowers beautiful? Oh, because they have colors and shapes and sizes. That's just one meaning, one rendition of it. They are really beautiful because they have sadvasana. Sadvasana means what? Fragrant. Vasana, smell. And fragrant. Sadvasana means good smell. Yeah. It's not like the corpse flower that blooms once in I don't know 5 or 6 years in somewhere in the heart of in the mountains in Thailand, and the entire village nearby has to evacuate because it's several square miles, one big bloom. And then as it is its stench, it gives a stench as it is rotting, and then everybody makes everybody run away. And so that is not called sadvasana. That is kadvasana, bad smell. And then so here, the flowers made beautiful by two things. One is nijabhava and then sadbhavana. So no, let's not take the metaphor. So because they are sampulla, they are nicely blossomed. They're not in a bud stage. They're nicely blossomed, and then they are also having fragrant smell. That's why they are wonderful flowers. Now, nijabhava means I think of them as myself. And then what is sadvasana? Good samskaras, a big pun alert. Vasana, smell. And the same thing is used for samskaras also. Bad samskaras, bad smell. Good samskaras, good smell. And so sadvasana means I'm only choosing to activate the good vasanas because I'm going to be adorning the heart region of the Lord or the head region of the Lord or the goddess. And so therefore I am a fitting offering to make my own body like a flower, my body, mind, sense complex like a flower that can be a fitting offering sitting on the head of the Lord. That is the idea. Very nice, isn't it? Yeah. Sampujyaha. Sampujyaha means is worthy of worship. Who? Maheshwaraha. So Mahancha Asau Ishvaraha, the great Lord, Maheshwara, Lord Shiva is worthy of worship with these kinds of flowers. And who are these flowers? These flowers are Sumanasam. Sumanasa means Sumanasaha means the people who have very good, good intentions, good samskaras, good heart, pure-hearted, pure-minded beings. So of such beings, by such beings, the worship done by such beings, sadhanyata varnita. Dhanyata varnita means that this is dhanyata means a blessing. The blessing varnita. Varnita means it has been described in the Dharma Shastras that such people with a pure mind offering the flowers in the form of themselves, offering their own purity in the form of flowers, that is the best form of worship. So it is written in all the Puranas, Dharma Shastras, etc. This is how here he really excels himself, because this is how the puja is brought very close to Vedanta. Otherwise, the people think of it as two different divergent paths, but they're not really. The puja is a preparation for Vedanta, and here that oneness is brought out here. And it doesn't matter if you know Vedanta or not. If you don't know Vedanta, it's a preparation. If you know Vedanta and you're doing puja, it's an even more beautiful, wonderful thing. Very, very nice. You're enjoying it even more. Then these two lines, we talk about the flowers, adorning Bhagavan with the various flowers, etc. Then after that, after the flowers comes the incense. So then what is the incense here? Indriya Ganaha. Indriya Ganaha means the group of Indriyas. What are Indriyas? So organs, sense organs, and Indriya Ganaha group. So group of sense organs. What kind of group? Karma Jnana Mayaha Indriya Ganaha. So the Karmendriyas, what are Karmendriyas? Organs of action. What are they? How many are there, first of all? Five organs of action. What are they? 2 hands, 2 legs, 4. Correct? Some people are thinking, yeah, what's wrong with that? What are the organs of action? Chop, chop, quick, quick. Speech, hands, legs. Yeah. No, that's the organs, sense organs. So, organs of action, speech, hands, legs, reproductive and excretory organs. This is organs of action. Then Jnanendriyas, sense organs, that we don't need to list, I hope. So we need to list Jnanendriyas? Say no. Okay. Yeah. Sense organs. All the 5 sense organs are there. So 5 plus 5, how much is that? 10. Very interesting. Yeah. So this is what is called Indriya Gana. There is a reason why I asked you to add up. Okay. That will be seen in the last line. There is another big pun coming. So these Indriya Ganahas, Kshiptaha means thrown, scattered. Where? In the fire of Vairagya. So you take the incense stick and then you put it in the fire, right? Because you have to light up the tip of it. To light up the tip of it, that's how it can give that nice fragrance. And so then so it's like almost like making the incense stick. And if you watch people make the incense stick, it's very nice, especially the pure ones without any additives and the preservatives and all kinds of things. Then that is it is just smeared on a thin sheet of paper or some kind of a wax paper, and then and then it's cut into strips a little bit, and then the stick is put there and it's rolled, and after it's dried the wax paper is removed. So like this, it sticks onto there, and then that incense stick, after it's dry, is put in a you show it in the lamp or something like that. You just put the end there, and then it lights up, and then you off it. You put the fire out, and then you have this fragrant smoke, and with that you encircle the deity 2-3 times, and so that is what is called incense. So here the raw materials for this incense is to stop being incensed. Okay, that is the first raw materials where the organs of action and the sense organs are tamed. And how are they tamed? This group of 10 organs of actions and the sense organs, they are tamed by casting them into the fire. Kshiptaha. What kind of fire? Vairagya, renunciation, the fire of dispassion, where you renounce these organs as though you say they are not belonging to me anymore. That's very high, it's very tall order, very, so that's why it's done every day. So by doing it every day, it becomes a short order, not a tall order. You practice this every single day after day after day after day. And so, karma jnanamayaha yad indriya ganaha. And then what happens to that? Kshiptaha, thrown. Viraganale, viraga plus anala fire, viraga vairagya. Viraganale, in the fire of vairagya, in the fire of dispassion. And what is this fire of dispassion? The fire of dispassion is the dispassion is cultivated to such an extent that it burns up the residual raga dveshas which are carried through the Indriyas. The hands want to grab what? Things belonging to other people, of course, all the time. That thing sounds nicer than what I already have. Yes, I want that. And I want this one too. And so that is the kind of thing. And of course, before the hands go into action, before one becomes a fingersmith, so to speak, and then the eyes are already there. I see that, and then only I want that. And then the hands just become a slave to the eyes which have seen that, and the eyes are themselves slaves to the ahankara. So all this is just uncoupled, unhooked, unhitched. And then what? And then it is thrown in the fire of vairagya, where it is purified. And once it's purified, all the karmendriyas, the organs of action, so there is really so the fire is of knowledge, where it says you are not the actor at all. That is the fire. And the jnanendriyas are also what is that? The sense organs are also thrown. It's not that the eyes are thrown into the fire of dispassion, but the penchant for wanting everything that you see, that is thrown into the fire of dispassion. And then when that happens, it's purified. The 10 indriyas are purified. And so that's why I said 5 plus 5, 10. So all the 10 indriyas are purified. And like the flower, they have sadvasana. Here also they become, when they are purified and purified of this self-centeredness, a kind of a solipsistic understanding of how one wants to live, just centered on oneself and nobody else is there, and one is the only thing that is there, all these things. So that self-centeredness goes away. And then, then it goes away. And then what happens? Devasya asya. Asya means of this person. And devasya for Bhagavan. Dashanga daha surabhihi. Dashanga is a herb, a group of 10 herbs with which the incense is made. But there is a pun. Dashanga, 5 organs of actions plus the 5 sense organs, they are all angas, appendages to you and to this body-mind complex. So that is Dashanga here. Again, another pun. That's why I said 5 plus 5 is 10. That's why we had to make that calculation here. Dashanga daha. Dashanga daha surabhihi. Dashangasya daha. Dashanga daha. Surabhihi means fragrance. So Dashanga daha means that fragrance of the burning of the fire, the 10 organs. 10 organs burning in the fire of dispassion smell very sweet smell, which is sort of trapped otherwise in these organs of actions, acting only on the behalf of oneself. That doesn't release the fragrance. The fragrance of the 10 organs of action, the 5 organs of action and the 5 sense organs are released when they are in the service of others and when they are not really focusing on themselves. And so when the raga dveshas are gone, this wonderful incense smell comes out. And devasya sada vallabha. Vallabha we saw earlier. What does it mean? Shri Vallabha. Vallabha means what?
Beloved.
Beloved. Very good. Beloved. Vallabha means beloved. So this is beloved to Bhagavan. This kind of an incense is beloved to Bhagavan than the one that you go and buy from the market. And these kinds of flowers are beloved to Bhagavan than the one you go and get again from the garden or buy it from a shop. Very nice. Sampujyo hi Maheshwarah Sumanasam Sampujyah. So this Maheshwara is worshipped by the people of pure heart and that is where the blessings arise. So it is said in the Dharma Shastra, because those flowers are converted into oneself. And you may use the flowers, but you regard the flowers as yourself. And the wonderful fragrance of the flowers is the pure heart and the mind free of raga dveshas. And that's the first two lines. The second two lines is the five indriyas of action and the five indriyas of karma action and karma, and then jnana indriyas, the sense organs, are cast into the fire of viraga. Viraga means dispassion, and then arising from that, we have the dashanga. Dashanga also means herb, and and here it means all the 10 organs. Here, when they are burnt, when they're penchant for being a certain way, when they are burnt means the raga dveshas burn off. They give a wonderful fragrance, which is the beloved of all, of Deva here, of the Devas. Let's make sure we haven't left out any word. I don't think so. I think we've covered everything. Number 8. Yasminnujjvaliteena tishtati tamaha.
यस्मिन्नुज्ज्वलितेन तिष्ठति तमः
बाह्यन्न चाभ्यन्तरम्
बाह्यं न चाभ्यन्तरम्
सोऽयं ज्ञानमयः प्रकाशपरमः
सोऽयं ज्ञानमयः प्रकाशपरमः
दीपः समुज्ज्वाल्यताम्
दीपः समुज्ज्वाल्यताम्
यद्भक्ष्यं प्रियमस्य यस्य परमा
यद्भक्ष्यं प्रियमस्य यस्य परमा
तृप्तिर्भवेद्भक्षणे
तृप्तिर्भवेद्भक्षणे
द्वैतं तत्तु द्वैतं तत्तु निवेदनीयममितम्
द्वैतं तत्तु निवेदनीयममितम्
नैवेद्यमत्युत्तमम्
नैवेद्यमत्युत्तमम्
यस्मिन्नुज्ज्वलितेन तिष्ठति तमः
यस्मिन्नुज्ज्वलितेन तिष्ठति तमः
बाह्यन्न चाभ्यन्तरम्
बाह्यं न चाभ्यन्तरम्
सोऽयं ज्ञानमयः प्रकाशपरमः
सोऽयं ज्ञानमयः प्रकाशपरमः
दीपः समुज्ज्वाल्यताम्
दीपः समुज्ज्वाल्यताम्
यद्भक्ष्यं प्रियमस्य यस्य परमा
यद्भक्ष्यं प्रियमस्य यस्य परमा
तृप्तिर्भवेद्भक्षणे
तृप्तिर्भवेद्भक्षणे
द्वैतं तत्तु निवेदनीयममितम्
द्वैतं तत्तु निवेदनीयममितम्
नैवेद्यमत्युत्तमम्
नैवेद्यमत्युत्तमम्
यस्मिन् उज्ज्वलिते. It's the absolute locative construction. Yasmin ujjvalite. Ujjvalite means when something is lit. What is lit usually? Lamp. When the light is lit, when the lamp is lit, when which lamp is lit, natishtati does not stay. Wow, tamaha, darkness. When the lamp is lit, the darkness does not stay. Where? Na bahyam, neither outside, nor abhyantaram, nor inside. There is no darkness, neither outside nor inside. It is, it's like you're putting the lamp on the threshold. So then half of the light is coming in and half of the light is in the yard. It's lighting up the yard, it's lighting up the room, and so there is no darkness within or without. Saha ayam, that indeed is jnanamayaha prakasha paramaha deepaha. So let's take it like this. Saha ayam deepaha. This indeed is the light. What kind of light? Jnanamayaha. This indeed is the light of knowledge. Mayat swarthe. So the suffix mayat has many meanings. Here it is in its own right. Swarthe mayat. So meaning just like it's nothing other than jnana. Jnanamayam is not a modification of knowledge, then we are in trouble. And it's not a preponderance of knowledge with a little bit of ignorance lingering. No, that also is not acceptable. That's the second meaning of maya. And the final meaning is what? That which is free of anything other than knowledge. So, saha ayam deepaha. This light is what? Is this light? Saha ayam deepaha. Here, this light is qualified by two words. Jnanamayaha. We just saw that, which is all knowledge. And then the light of knowledge. In fact, the light that is knowledge. Because light of knowledge is like saying the head of Rahu. What is Rahu? All head. So head of Rahu has no meaning. So light of knowledge also has no meaning. The Ananda of Brahman has no meaning. Brahman is Ananda. Ananda is Brahman. And this knowledge itself is the light. And so light of knowledge that is the light that is knowledge. We have to take it like that. And then, so Prakasha Paramaha. Prakasha Paramaha means that which shines brighter than anything else. Samyak Ujvalyatam. May one light this properly. Make this knowledge, make this light blaze. Ujvalyatam means let it be a very, very bright light. So the first two lines are for the light, and the second two lines are for the Naivedya, the bhoga that is given, the offering that is given. So yes, so let us look at that one. Yad bhakshyam priyam asya devasya yad bhakshyam priyam. What is it that is just, what is the Naivedya? What is the offering that is the most delectable to Bhagavan? Huh? What is the offering? One could say laddus. And that's why they are round, because there's no particular shape. It's all round. Round like the universe, full like the knowledge of the self. That's why the laddus are always a very popular form of offering. Modaka. Modaka means that which is that which causes happiness. Very interesting. All these offerings are. Purna, that modaka is filled with purna. Yeah, there is a sweet, some kind of a sweet filling which is itself called purna. Even our desserts and cooking is Vedantified. Very, very interesting. Yeah, you cook oneness, you eat oneness. And so here, so many kinds of offerings, or you can make some kind of payas made of milk. Payasa means made of milk. Payaha means milk. So you can make some kind of kheer, you can make laddus. What else? Halwa, you can make halwa. You can make various kinds of offerings. But then the best offering is Dvaita. You put some sugar in the Dvaita. It doesn't mix really because Dvaita is very bitter. Dvaita is bitter, more bitter than Karela. Karela is bitter too. Dvaita is more bitter than neem leaves. And Dvaita is unpalatable. The only one who can savor it is Bhagavan. Can swallow it is Bhagavan. Even you cannot swallow Dvaita. That's why you have come to this knowledge, because you're sick of Dvaita. Even you don't want Dvaita. But I thought we are supposed to give only what we wanted to Bhagavan, not what we don't want. Yes, generally this is true. But here, Bhagavan, being very compassionate, will siphon off the Dvaita if you offer it with, what is that? With a lot of Shraddha, siphon off the Dvaita also. Yad bhakshyam priyam, that naivedya. Bhakshyam means bhakshana yogyam. So that which is worthy of being eaten, which is very dear to Bhagavan, asya parama triptir bhaved bhakshane. So that which is offered, see, yad bhakshyam means what is a bhakshya? What is it that is an offering? So the offering is such that after ingesting this, the person would say, I am full. No, please, I cannot have any more. Because this gives good karma to the server. That's why in India, this is the pull of this tradition is so deep that they will serve you. And then you say, I have had enough. They say, no, 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 eat more. Eat more. No, but I'll have to run to the bathroom. Doesn't matter. Eat more now. We make sure the bathroom is free. We make sure there is water, everything. So you please eat more. And then why are you troubling the guest like this? Because the idea is that the guest should not feel shy even the slightest bit and say, no, 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 I don't want or enough. Because they have come to your house as an honored guest and they should do their fill, their capacity. So, eat more, eat more, eat more. This is how the offering is done. That's why even for Bhagavan, Om Pranaya Swaha, Apana, 5, 6 times you do. Eat more, here, have some more. I'd rather not. No. Please eat, you have to eat. How will my papas be absolved? Eat. And Bhagavan says, all right. So this, what is called a bhakshya, is something that is well made, that is freshly made, that is called bhakshya. And then one more condition is given. What is that? Yasya parama triptihi bhaved. Yasya bhakshane parama triptihi bhaved. So parama triptihi means the ultimate satisfaction is possible after eating which? That is called bhakshya. And then Bhagavan is very satisfied by eating your dvaita. Oh my God, how is that possible? Why is Bhagavan burping after belching in satisfaction after eating my duality? Because now that you are having self-knowledge, Bhagavan doesn't have to deal with you. Yeah, Bhagavan is sick of that you in Dvaita. You in Dvaita do not look nice, okay? Yeah, just like certain people cannot wear certain colors. And so you put them in that color and they look whitewashed, or they look just, they just mingle with the surroundings, or they stand out like a sore thumb. So like this, you don't look, the jiva does not look good in Dvaita at all. Just a terrible mismatch. It's a wardrobe malfunction to wear Dvaita all the time. Absolute travesty to keep on wearing Dvaita. So then you offer it to Bhagavan, here, eat it up. Bhagavan is, even though it's so bitter and even though it's so disgusting, Bhagavan eats it up. Why? Because then he doesn't have to deal with you. He's looking at the long term. The long-term benefits of you coming out of this Dvaita is that you're not a person anymore to deal with. You will not keep on going and saying, give me this, make me better. make me more popular, give me a hug. Nothing like that. Nothing like that, because you are Bhagavan. After this knowledge, you are one with Bhagavan, you are Bhagavan, so you are not going, crawling around, begging for favors, make me do this, do that, do this for me. All put a stop to it. And so therefore, so Bhagavan, even though you can make some halwa, Bhagavan says, doesn't matter. Give me this Dvaita. Give me this twofoldness, two-ness. Dvaita means duality. Give me this duality. No, but it's not very nice. Doesn't matter. It's left over from many lifetimes. Doesn't matter. It's kind of smelling. Doesn't matter. It's rotting. Doesn't matter. Let me take it off of your hands. It's just permanently refrigerated, this Dvaita. It is not going away. It's not going anywhere. Because each time I think I should eat it up, I don't feel like eating it up, and now it has grown. It has grown all kinds of, like when you keep something in the fridge for too long, afterwards it looks like a science experiment. Various colors and molds and everything comes out. And so this Dvaita is like that. It has grown into anger, it has grown into Krodha, it has grown into Kama. All these are various names of the fungi growing on this leftover Dvaita from several lifetimes. During this pandemic, there was a trend. What was that called? Sourdough trend. So everybody is making this sourdough bread and exchanging starters and whatnot and all these things. And then one person has had this starter from 4 generations. It goes going back to even before the Great Depression. Okay, and more than 100 years. And so somehow they have had this starter and everything. And then somebody sent me this video, just 1 minute, of how that starter is so precious and how it's so costly to get a little piece of the starter. I just said, Namaha, this is okay, doesn't matter. So then during the pandemic, it became even more expensive. Already it was expensive, but then here everybody is wanting to try their hand at, this kind of a thing. So this Dvaita is like that starter. Why is it called starter? Because it has kept you going and going and going. That's why it's a starter. Never comes to an end. That's why it's a starter. It keeps on going. And then you keep on sharing it. And then they give you the bread. You are eating that. And then, all kinds of things, fermented things. Yeah, I forgive me if people have, been put off bread after this lecture. So I take full responsibility. And so like this Dvaita is hanging around, being exchanged, trending, getting viral on Twitter. It is the trendiest thing, Dvaita. Everybody is talking about it. But nobody wants it, but everybody wants it. And nobody wants it, but nobody can live without it. This is how it is. It's a very strange kind of a relationship. Because even if you get that starter, it should be in an airtight container. Because if you open it, you have to leave the house. It will be very, very strong smell, yeasty smell. So yeast is another name, a polite name for mold. Okay, yeah, that's all it is. Things that grow. And so it's all the bacterial action. It's all bacterial action. It's all not all bad. Some good bacteria are also there and they're beneficial to the stomach, etc. But nonetheless, the Dvaita is also like that. It gives a little few hours of entertainment, but the rest of the time, it's of no use at all. And so, don't offer Bhagavan the bread. Offer the starter itself. Yeah. Here, take this. So smelly, so this thing. Get a clothespin and then put it on the nose. Your Bhagavan's nose, no, your nose. And then go pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha. this stinky, no good Dvaita, in which, which is keeping on reproducing. That Dvaita, it doesn't take long for it to become samsara. What an example. That's why it's like the sourdough starter. So never comes to an end. And it just gives rise to, babies in the form of bread. And so here, only difference is here the starter called Dvaita gives rise to babies in the form of dread. Okay, sheer dread. And one is always frightened, one is always in misery. And this is the fruit of Dvaita. And so don't give the bread to Bhagavan. Forget that. Go to the cause and let go of the starter. But I have been making money off of it for several years now. Doesn't matter. Let the great grandparents rest. Okay, peacefully. Let it go. You have to pry the Dvaita out of the hands, out of the head, and just offer it up and say Swaha, Swaha, Swaha. It's not mine anymore. I have given it to you. Because Dvaita means what? The cataracted, distorted vision. A vision of division that makes samsara into something that is very scary, that makes the jagat into samsara, something that is very scary, something that is difficult to assimilate. And Dvaita means always living in dread. So you exchange the dread for a sense of well-being. And that's why you offer up the Dvaita. That is the best offering, it says. Let's look at that here again. Yad bhakshyam. So first it gives the definition of bhakshya. Priyam, what is the delightful bhakshya? That which upon eating one says triptoham, I am full. And Bhagavan eating up your Dvaita will definitely say, I am full. Please, no more. I am done. Why? Because that Dvaita is as big as this Jagat. That Dvaita is the cause of all kinds of useless and horrible things. That Dvaita is alone the crux of samsara, of this Atma Ajnanam. Atma Ajnanam is the cause of this Dvaita. So the Dvaita is a projection of Atma Ajnanam. So the Dvaita itself is given up. Atma Ajnanam doesn't have a place to stay. It runs and hides, it goes away, it disintegrates because they have a dysfunctional codependent relationship. Atma Ajnanam, self-ignorance, relies on division, a vision of division, relies on duality. So if the duality is taken away, it doesn't have a leg to stand on. It's like pulling the rug from under Atma Ajnanam. So then the Dvaitam Tattu Nivedaniyam. Amitam. Mitam means in a little bit. Amitam means limitless Dvaita you give. Yeah, limitless Dvaita. Amitam means totally, in its entirety, you offer. Don't keep a little bit of that starter behind. Kabhi kaam aayega. No, don't do that. Yeah, you give the whole thing. And then what? And then Naivedyam Atyuttamam. This is the best form of Naivedya. Bhagavan is very happy, pats you on the back and says, Shabash, congratulations. Finally, I have been waiting for you to do this from several lifetimes. Since when? Before the Great Depression. And oh, that was my great grandfather. No, that was you. In a way, in the form of your great grandfather, it was you. It's the Dvaita that has been coming along from generation to generation. So you have put an end to it, and I am extremely happy. We'll stop here. We'll save the rest of the time for some questions if anybody has. We've done enough. That's enough. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Any questions? Either from this or other classes you can ask. We have some time. No questions? Fantastic, no problem. Tomorrow's schedule, 8 to 9, Vakya Vritti, 8 to 9 Pacific time. Don't know what time it is anywhere else. Pacific, US coast, the West Coast time. 8 to 9 Vakya Vritti. Then 9:30 we have a Zooma. Homa on Zoom. Okay, we have a Zooma. And for the people on Zoom, it's a Zooma. For us, it's a Homa. And we have a fire ritual here in the backyard. And then we will have lunch after that. And then after that, what is there? Evening, Mundakopanishad class at whatever time, 6 to 7. Okay, that is the schedule for tomorrow. Yeah, you have a question? Okay.
And in the morning you said all desires are fulfilled.
Yeah.
So is that also equal to saying it's desirelessness?
Well, yeah, you can say that. We don't really use the word desirelessness because the desire is Bhagavan, really. And so we don't need to think about desirelessness. Every desire is for the sake of understanding that I'm whole. There's only one desire. There are not endless desires. And if that one desire is recognized and addressed through the pursuit of this knowledge, then there is nothing left. That's what the idea is. Yeah. You don't have to be desireless. You just have to be, you just have to be able to interrogate the desires and understand that they are coming from, a place of want, a place of believing in the spoof that one is a wanting person. One is not a wanting person, but still one feels like one is a wanting person. That is the so-called contradiction and as though contradiction. So here, so desirelessness we don't say, we just say that we interrogate the desires and understand that each desire is not for a thing in itself. It is for something else. So money, what are you going to do with money? It's sitting in the bank anyway. You can't leave it around in the house because when you are counting it, people will see from outside and they'll make a note to self. Okay. Yeah, let's come and get them when they are not at home. So, and sitting in the bank, and nobody even sees the paycheck. Nobody sees it. Goes into the bank, and one slip will come, or one message will come to your phone. Okay, this has been credited. It's all just digital numbers. And you have full shraddha that it has been credited somehow. Yeah, more shraddha than one brings to this knowledge one has about the paycheck going into the bank. And so that's how it is. So what is the reason why the bank account, looking at the bank account, either depending on the size of the bank account, either can make the person very happy or very sad. Oh no, oh, so many expenses. Oh no, all the savings gone. So why is that? So really, there is this wrong kind of an association with money and happiness. You think that the bank account signifies happiness. That's why one looks at the bank account. A bank account signifies security. It's not the bank. It's not the money for the money. Nobody wants money for money's sake. Money is for security. Money is so that you can buy some things and be more comfortable. That's all it is. So that's the objective view of money. But the subjective view of money is what makes you desire the money. So it's not desirelessness, really speaking. I mean, even though we call it that sometimes, but it's more in the sense of recognizing that there's only one desire. And that desire is to know that I'm naturally free of being a wanting person. The desiring person is not intrinsic to me. It's a superimposition upon the I that is already free of desires. That's the only desire. Yeah. So desirelessness, when we talk about Atma as free of all desires, free of all tribulations. Yeah. Okay. Arati?
Yes.
Yes. So we'll do a short Arati in the shrine. Oh.